What is up, guys? Mooks of the West here, bringing you a video. I found this interesting article, which is actually a topic that's heavily debated in the media medium. And this includes movies, books, music, and video games. And the article is called "Is Physical Media Really Dying?" And it's these two guys. They're debating. It's a guy named Luis and Leo. Quote, Luis wants to know why Leo is in favor of streaming media over physical media. Leo says he isn't. He just says that the trend shows that physical media is dying as people are adopting streaming options. Luis says that the downside of streaming media is the lack of special features. Leo says that special features were only to prevent users from pirating the movie by giving users added value. Now, streaming is far more efficient. Leo does think we're in a transitional period, though, and he suspects that special features may return, or as much as the studios are willing to offer them. Luis doesn't think that physical media will ever go away. He also says that 4K streaming will never take off because it's way too much data. Leo says we've seen that argument before. 180p streaming was thought to never happen. Ebooks were thought to be a dud as well, but both have taken off. Scott Wilkinson chimes in on the issue. Scott says that for the very first time this month, an internet content provider called Odemax downloaded an Ultra HD short film at 3 gigabytes. It was compressed using RAD's new compression codec and the RAD Ray Player. According to Scott, they believe they can get a feature-length 4K down to 6 gigabytes. Leo says eventually the ISPs will follow suit and relax their bandwidth caps. And on top of that, Sony, Panasonic, blah blah blah, have agreed to develop a 300 gigabyte disc. And that'll be ideal for archiving movies and whatnot. So, what is my take on this article? Do I think physical media is dying? No. The reason why I say no is because there's just so many different articles that talk about both ends of the spectrum. You know, one article will talk about why video games or why physical media is dying, digital media is skyrocketing. Well, yeah, cool. I mean, I guess that's true. But you gotta take it with a grain of salt because I just read that entire article because it's not really an article. It was a video and then a brief description of the video. But the description or the text highlight of the video is obviously pro online streaming because what it did was it laid down the argument for physical media staying, and then it laid another article for the reason why physical media is dying or why streaming media beats physical media, and then it doesn't give you another argument. It basically strawmans the opinion of the article or the mood of the article to pro streaming. So that's why you got to take those articles with a grain of salt. So here's another article from Polygon, which I will actually have these both linked in the description below. This is the other end of the spectrum of physical media. And the title of it is GameStop's CEO, Disc-based games will be around forever. Quote, GameStop's chief executive remains bullish on the future of physical format video games, telling Fortune in an interview that disc-based games will be around forever. Though an analyst projects digital revenue worldwide accounting for about an eighth of an $82 billion market, Paul Raines feels the steep declines seen in sales of physical format music and movies will not be repeated in video games. I see a complementary business where we sell discs plus download like the current console mode, Raines said, adding that virtual reality will also likely follow this model. That said, GameStop has taken steps to protect its interests in the push-pull of physical versus digital sales. Last month, it refused to carry an Xbox One console bundle that contained a download code for Madden NFL 16. Instead, GameStop insisted on and was given a modified bundle deal that allowed them to sell the new console at the bundle price while including a free copy of that game. Digital sales, of course, cut into a big portion of GameStop's business, the sale of used games. Because there is nothing to trade in and therefore nothing to buy used, used sales account for about a quarter of GameStop's revenue, and Reigns thinks this will rise as more gamers make the transition to current generation consoles and more used games enter the stream. As for digital business, GameStop doesn't chew it all together, doing about $1 billion in sales of codes, gift cards, and the like. That's more than 40% share of the downloadable games market. In June, GameStop beat out Hot Topic to acquire the novelty retailer ThinkGeek, further diversifying its offerings and revenues. Okay, that was a long article, and I read the entire thing. Shame on me. But it brings up an interesting point, that they don't think video games themselves will be the dying physical media. Movies, music, and books might be. But you see, here's the kicker. Really bad storm, right? Really bad storm. Knocks out all your power. You don't have a generator. So, all you have is a portable DVD player, a book. Well, you have your Kindle, right? The thing is all your electronics, say your power goes out for a couple days, which mine has before in the past. It hasn't recently, but it has before in the past due to big storms. The only thing that we really had was books and board games. We had cell phones, and I read stuff on that, used the internet on that, but then my phone died, and guess what? I was stuck without the internet. I know, crazy, right? The thing is that depending on what situation you're in, online streaming features are not always the best option. Of course, you're going to use whatever you can to, whatever advantage you can. Say your computer crashes and you have all your physical files on there, music, movies. Now you're going to have to go back and re-download them, or quite possibly you lost everything that you bought. Unless you, of course, get a refund or re-download it, but sometimes that's not always the case. You know what I mean? Like, you sometimes lose your media. Cool thing about physical media, power goes out, something crashes, it's still there. The only way that you can actually get rid of physical media is by physically destroying it. But you see, here's the thing about games. Is gaming, for the most part, wasn't always an online experience. For instance, you're watching me play single player on Resident Evil Revelations, and I bought the game. I bought that physical copy. Okay. So I bought the physical copy. Say my internet's down, which it's been down before. Say it's down, and I can't stream an online game. I can't download a game I want. Guess what? I can go to the store, buy myself a game. Now, movies and music, those are physical media copies for those are actually dying, without a doubt. Music is dying the most. A lot of pirating going on. And the thing about music, MP3 sales, is that you could buy individual songs that you like. So say you listen to the song for free on YouTube. Okay, but now you want the song, or you've heard the whole album, and you fucking hate most of the album. You just like one song. Now you can go and buy that one fucking song, put it right into your damn library, do whatever the fuck you want with it. You can put it on your MP3 player, you can make a mix CD, you could do anything. Put it on your iPod, you know what I'm saying? Put it in a playlist on Windows Media Player. Okay, does that make sense? Like, that's a very good reason why music in physical form is dying. At my local grocery store, Fred Meyer's, our home electronics section, the CDs there used to be like 4 fucking rows, like 4 fucking stands of music CDs, and then it cut down to 3, and then it cut down to 2, and right now it's just 1, and most of the CDs are gone, and then the other CDs are all on sale because we're trying to get rid of them because we don't sell that anymore. The movie section is still doing slightly better than the video game section. Okay, but the thing about that is the movie section is starting to shrink. However, the game section is as big as it's always been. It's probably even a little bigger. Okay, because little kids tend to go for video games, right? You know, they don't always know how to work online. Most of their parents don't know how to work online. So, you know, they'll buy it from the store, and then it's done. They plop it in, install it on their console, whatever. And the thing about physical media is it is more rewarding. So all those reasons I gave you, that's why physical media would stay. And then I gave you some reasons why certain physical media, why certain media mediums, why certain entertainment mediums are dying in terms of physical sales. I still buy movie DVDs just because I like to have the physical copy. Just because it feels more rewarding opening it and then looking at that nice, disc with the cover on it. And sometimes, it just looks good for a collection. You know what I mean? And if my computer crashes, I can still watch my movies that I like. If the power goes out, I don't need my desktop or my DVD player. I can use a laptop or a portable DVD player and plop it in. I mean, I guess you could save, archive movies. You can archive it on a laptop, but what if that crashes? And you still have the DVD. But I do think we should take advantage of both physical and digital. Because I have Steam. Steam fucking rocks. Anyway, that's it, and that's my opinion on physical and digital media, online streaming and all that. Have a good one. Subscribe, please.